I realized I wanted to go back to the industry during landing. No, I swear this is the truth.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of This Is with yours truly, Izyan Melina. And this podcast is brought to you by Tiga Folks & Co, the food event company, sumptuous offerings for any and every occasion. And today's episode is very special because we have the one and the only producer extraordinaire, Norman Isha! Wow!
Wow.
Got applause.
Yeah, got applause. Huh? Nice.
Yeah. So just to clear the air, Norman, Isha, a lot of people think that you're my brother because we have the same last name.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are not siblings, okay, everyone?
Yes, we are not.
Yeah, we don't even look alike. Yeah?
Yeah.
We don't.
Definitely not alike.
Yeah. But thank you for filling up the gap. Since no guests.
That's not nice.
That's not nice. No, no lah. But yeah, finally you are in the hot seat.
Yeah, for today.
Not behind the scenes.
Yes.
Yeah. How do you feel?
I feel okay, but I think the camera angle, this one. Kidding.
Hey, you know who's behind the camera or not?
Yeah. Don't want to mess with her.
Expensive, no?
Don't want to mess with her.
Expensive. Don't. Okay, so Norman, you actually have been one of my longest friends in this industry. One of my only friends. No lah, so emo, so drama, no lah. But yeah, he's actually one of my longest friends, and you've been in the media industry since you were how old?
Since I was 9 years old. I started off, my first gig, I was 9 years old.
What year was that?
19!
Yeah, 90s, right?
Yeah, 90s side. It was pre-Surya. It was still pre-Surya.
Yeah, but I think back then it was called TV...
Prime 12.
Oh, Prime 12, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Why am I asking you? I was also in that era, kan? Okay, so Norman, since you were 9 years old, so how was your childhood back then?
Okay, so my childhood was a bit different than most of my peers because when I'm done with school, right, I would go straight to shoots and then till late nights, and then the next day go back to school, and then so I feel like I didn't really have much of like a normal childhood because like so after school my friends would hang out and play and they say, hey, come on, join, and then I said, oh, I have to go, like I need to go for shoots.
So your idea of like a normal childhood is
so after you get done with school, and then you play block catching, you play tag and everything, and then like I couldn't do that as much as my friends did because I had work to do, and because I didn't do just one show, because I did like there was a show, Click, a kid show, I did Click. And then I was also filming series like Sayang Semuanya. So it was still back to back. So even on weekends. So basically my days are really packed. So I didn't get to do much of the normal kid stuff lah, which I felt I missed out on.
Okay, but you go to school like normal lah, primary school.
I still go to school as per normal, but I'm okay with that because it was my choice. It wasn't like my parents' choice to to pursue the acting industry or the entertainment industry. It was my choice. I wanted to act. But when I started doing it, I loved it. But at the same time, I thought to myself, wow, like I want to hang out with my friends here just for today. But I cannot because I got shoots.
But do you think you got into acting because of your late dad or?
Okay, so my late dad started off also in the 90s. And I was so intrigued by the industry. Like, because, okay, so when my dad raised me, right, there wasn't any like, okay, by this PM, you need to sleep. So I tend to like really stay up like late nights and watch TV. So I was always curious about how they do this. Like how they shoot the gun and then you see the blood, how they jump off from the building and nothing happens. Like, I know it was just part of an act. So I started to follow my dad for shoots. So everywhere he went, I would go. So when he did Selamat Pagi Singapura, I went with him. When he did wedding DJs weekends, I would follow him. Any shoots he went, I would always be there just to see how it works. And then I got interested and I became intrigued on how acting is like. So that's why I told my dad, I want to act.
And he gave you your first job?
Okay, so he did an interview with Najib Ali called TV Kini. So they were interviewing artists and one of their family member. So most of the artists, they brought their spouse and everything. So my mom wasn't interested in all this. So obviously, I always follow him and he knows I'm interested. So he said, okay, you want to follow me? So Najib Ali interviewed me. And then during the interview, Lut Ali was there. Lut Ali was the director for Sayang Semuanya. And he was looking for a cast, for a boy, for the show Sayang Semuanya to play one of the Sharon Ismail's younger brother lah. Siblings of 5. Yeah, 5 of us. And he saw me and then he told my dad, hey, I want to use your son for this show, this upcoming show. And my dad was like, my dad warned him. My dad said, okay, my son has no acting experience. Are you sure you want to gamble and take the risk?
Yeah.
And he said, no, I'll do it. Let me try. And then I did it and it was well received. And I think I acted not bad lah. At that point, not bad lah. And
Look
then,
where you are now.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then from there on, the rest is history. Then I kept on acting and then, yeah, I loved it.
Oh, okay. I never knew that story.
Yeah.
But I did always wonder how you got into the industry. Yeah, like for me, I had to start from bengkel. I started from a bengkel, and I got into the industry because I was too quiet. So my mom thought that I was too quiet. She found me too quiet and too timid. So she said, "How do I make this girl like come out of a shell?" Well, she sent me to a bengkel, kanak-kanak.
It might just be the wrong move.
Look what happened now lah.
Yeah, it's so different now.
Yeah.
What happened?
Over timid already.
Yeah.
Over the timid.
Yeah.
So this is, I mean, eventually I think I got out of my, out of my shell. And then, I got into Alif. And then, but I think like you said, our childhood is somewhat different.
Yeah,
but
different.
I think for me, it was more of, I didn't enjoy my childhood because I was always teased.
Oh,
yeah. So
because you were on TV.
Because I was on TV and people like recognize me, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't like that. But I enjoy the work that I do. But I didn't like being off camera. Then macam go playground, go shop. I hated it. I didn't dare to go to all these places because I would always get teased. And even in school, I was always teased like by the older kids, sometimes those around my age. So I didn't really like my childhood, unfortunately, but I enjoyed it, the part where I could go to work and and do all the things that I love. So that's my childhood. Because last time we don't have social media, what?
Yeah, so it's crazy that this is all pre-social media.
This is pre-social media, but I tell you, because there's no social media, that people are more daring to like shout and
say to your face.
Yeah. So like, hey, Raya Alif! Merepek cerita tu! Like, they will say that to your face. And sometimes it's not even the kids, it's adults. They will say it. Yeah. So I like, Mom! Then I will run home, or I will run and hide behind pillars. Yeah, so sometimes I will, before, if like my mom say, Kak, go to the shop, buy for me bawang or buy for her something, right? Then from upstairs, and I remember we stayed at like the 13th floor, I will look down first. Okay, I think the playground, nobody, no boys. Okay, that path is clear. I'm going to walk that path. If I walk that path and I see like a few boys coming, that's it. U-turn and run, babe. Yeah, so it was that bad lah for me last time. But we got over it. Yeah, we got over it. But you took a break, right? You took a pretty long break, I think.
I took a break when I was 14. So I was in secondary 2. So, and it was my decision to actually stop because of what I said lah. I felt that I missed my childhood. So secondary 2, I was going through puberty, right? So I was like trying to find my identity. Like, okay, who am I? Like, who am I without being in the industry? Like, what do I actually want to do in life? Yeah. So I actually contacted Berita Harian. So they did.
You contact Berita Harian?
Yeah.
No.
So Berita Harian had an interview with all these child actors. So I brought it up. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to take a break.
At 14 years old?
At 14 years old.
You're like, hello, Berita Harian.
Yeah. No. I just brought it up. I said, I don't think I want to do this anymore. I just want to focus on school.
Something else.
Okay, that's what I said. I wanted to focus on school.
Okay.
And find my identity.
But you didn't even go to school.
But that's the thing. So I didn't go to school. So I took a break because I wanted to find myself. But then I realized I didn't really want to focus in school also. So I was out of focus. I was out of focus.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. So I think when I joined secondary school, I changed, So I was really extroverted kid. I was really chatty. I talked to everyone.
In secondary school?
No, as in when I was a child actor. So I would speak to everybody. Once I was in secondary school, I changed. Something changed in me, and then I became like the quietest kid in school. I didn't speak much. I didn't attend school at all. And yeah, I was hardly in school. Yeah.
In secondary school?
In secondary school.
Wow.
Yeah. These
Where were
kids
you?
don't do this. Huh?
Where were you?
Okay, so I would go.
This is very bad example.
Very bad example. I would get ready for school.
Okay.
I would go have breakfast. I would rent VCD. Last time VCD.
Oh, VCD.
You know, you can rent VCD. Then rent VCD. Then after my mom and dad left for work,
rated what? PG-13?
PG-13.
PG-13,
Yeah.
okay.
rent VCD, go back home and watch.
My goodness.
And I watch shows and just stay
So
home.
how were your grades?
Okay, the crazy thing is my grades were okay because I did study. It's just that I just didn't want to attend school. Even when I did attend school, I would come during recess time. So so sometimes I think I cannot miss this lesson. I must go, but I want to skip the first half. So I would come during recess. The thing is, if you would come like 10 minutes later, right, the guard will stop you. You are late.
Yeah.
Put down your names, detention. If you come during I'm not teaching. If you come during recess, the security see like, cannot be this one late. I think maybe collect something. So he will just let me pass. So I'll just come during recess time and then just enter class. And because I was so quiet, teachers didn't notice that I'm suddenly there.
Are your parents aware? Or were your parents aware? Sorry.
I think my dad suspected.
Okay.
My mom was busy at work, so she didn't really know. And then on days that I didn't go, I would just go and take MC. And then
Gosh.
yeah, I wasn't the best student.
Manisha. Okay. So did you enjoy your 10-year break from the industry? What did you try to pursue? I mean, during
when I was
period.
in secondary school, I knew I wanted to take up mass communications.
Okay.
So at secondary school, I knew I wanted to do that because there was journalism and TV production. I wanted to pursue that. So once I'm done with secondary, I took my diploma in mass communications. And then
still can take diploma.
Still
Means
can
not bad lah, your grades.
Okay lah, not bad lah. Still can take
For someone
No, but I didn't go to poly.
Okay.
So I didn't go to poly. I went to a private institution and then I took my diploma. After the diploma, I went for NS. After NS, I flew for a year.
Oh.
Yeah, so I was a cabin crew for a year, which is I think a really short stint lah of my life.
For 1 year?
For 1 year.
Only?
Yeah. So
Don't you have a bond?
there was a
contract,
bond, but me being me, I just broke the bond. So I broke the bond. Honestly,
We are learning so many bad things on this episode.
I knew I wouldn't like the job, but I wanted to travel.
Okay.
So I had a good friend who was already a cabin crew, and she told me like, "Roman, just join. Once the bond ends, you can leave."
Okay, why did you decide to fly?
The traveling. I wanted to
Just
travel.
because you
I
want to
wanted to
travel,
see the
okay.
world, but I knew I wouldn't like the job. So I flew for 1 year, and as soon as I started my first flight, I knew like this is not for me. Like I want to go.
First flight?
Yeah.
Like your first?
Yeah, I wanted to
Okay.
leave. Yeah. So when I was flying, I realized this is not the job for me. And then but I stuck with it lah because I wanted to finish the bond. But less than a year, I realized I cannot do this. Like this is not the job for me. Like I love the traveling part. Okay, but the culture, the culture I didn't like.
Okay.
You know, they have the cabin crew culture, and then it's the negative vibes. It's never the crazy thing is never about the passengers. People would think that maybe the passengers it's hard to deal with, but for me, it's never the passengers because passengers ask you for anything, you just provide it to them. They'll keep quiet. It's always the crew, and during my time, it wasn't team flying. You know, back then there was a team flying where you flew with like the same set of crew, and you know their style, so you know okay, you can adapt, and then you just stick to that. But because you're flying with different sets of crew every flight, you don't know their style, and it's the first time you're meeting them. So they are really judging you based on like, and because I was so quiet, they keep asking me like, "Are you okay not? Why are you not talking? Like, why are you not smiling?" But I'm in my galley doing my work. I don't need to smile. Like, why do I need to speak to you or
Smile lah while you pour drink.
Yeah, so when so that's the thing. I didn't like the whole culture. And then when I was overseas, also I didn't like to mingle.
Okay.
But we have this culture where once you reach the destination, all the crew must all meet up for dinner. It's like a culture thing, which I just wanted to stay in my room.
Okay.
So I realized, this is not for me, and I just wanted to leave. So I stuck around for a bit more longer, and then like almost a year later, I just decided to leave.
I'm not gonna ask you how you left because people are gonna take tips.
Yeah.
And then later call me, hello, your episode
Yeah.
that one episode.
Yeah, that crew
So, yeah, shh. This part, cut.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so, normal. Okay, so after your whole flying stint, you came back to the industry. How and why?
Okay, I realized I wanted to go back to the industry during landing. No, I swear this is the truth. This is the truth.
What?
Because I was landing. You are supposed to be at your cabin crew seat, man.
Yeah.
Cabin crew seat, then landing.
Then
Then you're
ada
looking.
drama, Surya.
No, you look outside the window and then you see the sky and then you see about to land and then you
Okay.
realize this is not the job for me. Like I miss acting. Like I think that's my I miss it so much. I suddenly miss it so much. I feel like that's my passion. I want to do that again. So that's when I decided, okay, I'm not gonna stay being a cabin crew. I wanna go back to acting. And then
I know what you did. Wait, the moment you land,
Yeah.
hello, Kak Aryani. Kak Aryani?
No, that time was
no,
Hanim.
Kak Anim.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
okay.
I contacted Mita Duan.
No way.
Yeah, really.
Nah.
Not.
No. Okay.
I still have the article. Okay, if I have it, since I'm gonna edit this episode, I'll
No,
improve
what do
lah.
you do when you call Berita Harian?
So I just called and said I want to go back to acting, and she wrote an article for me that I want to go back acting, and
No
immediately I
way.
got a call from other productions. 2 productions called me, so I did a series and a talk show. I did Juice, I think back then.
Wow.
Yeah.
You have the guts to call Berita Harian.
Yeah,
For someone so quiet.
yeah. Because I think that's the only way I can go back because
I mean, just sit down quietly and wait for somebody to call you for
no,
a
but
job.
because I think people assume that I didn't want to act anymore.
Okay.
And I think rumors already were like around like Noma is already flying. So I think people assume that he's doing other jobs, he don't want to go back to
You
acting.
sound like what? You sound like those rich man son that like have money one. I want to go back to acting. Hello, I'm coming back. Give me a job.
Yeah. Wait, I take a drink first.
Okay.
Why you like don't believe my stories?
Because I don't know. Okay, but okay. Thank God Kak Hanim pick up your call and wrote the article for you.
Yes.
And
Thank
welcome
you.
back to the industry.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so you came back to the industry, I think, at the time where I think social media was
Yes.
sort of,
Yes.
was it starting to peak or
I think everybody was already on it.
a bit on it already?
Yeah. So okay, I was one of the last few among my friends who were not even in the industry to join social media, like Instagram and all this. So and I realized when I came back, oh my god, now it's no longer pre-social media. Like everybody needs to have a social media.
Yeah.
And I was so awkward because I didn't know, okay, what do I do? And then now that I'm back in the industry, like how do I start? So Shira Jusni was actually the first one who told me, Numan, join. And then she taught me a bit about Instagram and all this. And then after I did my first series, Class Attention, that's when I realized that, okay, I need social media and started posting.
Were you active already? As in like actively posting or?
Back then, I was kind of active because it's just something new to every one of us. So we just were excited and then we wanted to share stuff and everything. Only later on I realized, actually, I think it just got too crazy and chaotic and I just didn't want to, I wasn't interested in it anymore.
Yeah, and now you are off social media
Now
again?
I'm off social media.
Why?
It's the whole chaos and the whole, I don't know, maybe I just feel that I've changed and I'm no longer comfortable like sharing too many things, especially my personal life. Like I don't mind sharing about my work, but then I realized when I'm not actively promoting any shows, then I realize it's too stagnant. So I feel like
So you
I don't see a point of it. And then
so you just take your whole Instagram off and
I just
deactivated
decided
it.
to deactivate my social media. But it's not set in stone. Like, so people think that I'm no longer in social media. Like, there might be a time where I realize, maybe I don't want to come back. Maybe I want to share about this.
Yeah.
Like
you need to promote this episode. Yeah, on your social media. Don't forget. Activate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you think that how do I say this? You as an actor, does it affect you without social media? I mean, not having social media, do you think like production companies look at you differently?
I think right now, I'm not sure about production companies because I feel like even after I deactivated my social media, I still, they still call me for jobs and everything.
Yeah.
even when they realize, oh, Norman Ishak doesn't have a social media. So for now, and the thing is, I'm totally okay if they don't want to take me solely because of that reason. Like I understand, because you need actors to sort of promote your show and everything, and to be active and connect with people and all that. But I prefer my sanity and just my privacy lah. So I rather not have social media. That's just my take lah.
Yeah, but I mean, there are some people also, I mean, some production companies who also take actors based on their following on Instagram.
Yes.
Yeah, because with a higher following, then maybe it will promote their show. And
Doesn't
then,
always work, but
yeah, but to each their own lah.
to each their own. Yeah.
Norman,
Mm.
before anything else, I just wanted to say that actually a lot of us are very concerned about you lah. We are all concerned about your well-being, about you lah, just you in general. So I think there's this question on everyone's minds that we've all been wanting to ask you.
What?
Are you single?